Why do you keep allowing people to bring their drama into your life? And what's it costing you? All right. I want to welcome everyone to another episode of the Breakthrough Balls Podcast, the Daily Recharge. I'm your host, Jovie J, Sumner. And today's topic, why do you keep letting people bring their drama into your life and what's it costing you? So we'll dive right in as always. The two things that really it costs if you allow toxic energy or people who have a lot of drama in their lives or who always have some major crisis going on in their lives or are just negative people, the number one cost to you is it's going to drain your energy. People who have this kind of cycle or who have this kind of energy, they require a lot of time and attention. They're very needy. They tend to be very needy. The trouble with that is the more time and attention you give to people like that, the bigger their issues seem to be and the more needy they tend to become, which means if they're needy, they're going to need something from you, not want something. That's the first thing, which is going to demand more of you. And the second thing is they're going to want you to pour energy into their bullshit. Everyone needs to vent sometimes. Nothing wrong with that at all. All men need to vent. All human beings need to vent sometimes. However, you don't want to be the person who is always negative Nelly. You don't want to be the person who always has a major crisis. You don't want to be the person who always has some form of drama going on in their lives and who is needy and needing someone to do this for them or needing someone to do that for them or needing someone to bend the ear and listen to their bullshit all the time because they don't know how to take care of their own issues in their own lives. And so they want to dump that onto everyone else within sight. This is a person that is a drain, and this is a person that is living in drama. And make no mistake about it. The thing is, these types of people tend to require a lot of time, a lot of energy, and really, they are their own worst enemies. And what I have learned is that when you're dealing with people like this, you have to become aware of this is where this person's emotional home is very quickly. You have to realize that this is where this person lives at mentally, spiritually, emotionally, sometimes even physically. And you have to recognize and see that for what it is and deal with the person on the level you can deal with them if you choose to deal with them at all. If not, you will very quickly find yourself feeling and being drained because people like this, even if it's not intentional, they tend to be energy vampires, meaning that they will suck the life out of you until you have nothing else for yourself or for anyone else, literally from an energetic standpoint. The second thing I will say about if you're dealing with people who are filled with drama, environments that are filled with drama, social circles that are filled with drama, or if you are the person who is filled with drama, you are causing a distraction, or the environment, the people, the places, and things you are surrounding yourself with are causing a distraction. What I mean by this is drama-filled environments and drama-filled people tend to be a distraction because it takes a mental and an emotional capacity, perhaps even a spiritual capacity, to give your time and energy to bullshit that is counterproductive to whatever it is you want to accomplish in life. No good will come out of it. It's chaotic. It's confusing. It tends to be confusing. And from a spiritual level, we could even look at that as a form of deception as well as distraction if we wanted to. So you have to be aware of this and be able to protect yourself from it. Why? Because if you are someone who is going along and you're focused on what you want, you're focused on your goals, you're focused on creating, producing what you desire to have, and all of a sudden your best friend or your coworker is constantly coming around, dumping their bullshit, bringing their drama and wanting you to get involved in it, that's going to take away from your focus, from your outcomes, and from what it is that you're pursuing and you want in your life. So you have to recognize and realize that these are distractions also. And I'm not saying that people necessarily are always intentional or ill-willed about it. However, as they've often said, the way to hell is paved with good intentions. So it's not about the intention, it's about the outcome. And what is the outcome going to be if you continue to allow this energy to come into your life? If you continue to allow this person to bring you into situations and circumstances that are draining and that are distraction that have nothing to do with you. Ask yourself that question. For me personally, it is far too high a price to pay, and I will not allow it at this point in my life. I'm very swift to recognize it and realize what it is and where it's coming from and who the cause of it is, and to distance myself from it as much as possible as soon as I see it becoming a pattern. The third thing I will say is this. You have to learn to realize if it's the emotional home of that person, meaning is this an emotional pattern? If it is the environment, if it's the social circle you may be in, maybe it's the job or the culture or the environment, what actually is causing it? What's the cause of it is really what I'm saying. For every effect, there is a cause. So what is causing this? Once you do that, now you have to see it for what it is and decide to protect yourself and your energy from it as soon as possible. And make no apologies about this, but you must do whatever you need to do to protect yourself and your energy, and also so that you can continue to attract and surround yourself with positive energy or the energy that's going to help you to accomplish what you want. And that is really an epiphany, because most of the time I have realized the more you're surrounded by the energies that are counterproductive to what you desire to do or who you desire to be or accomplish in your life, the less space you have in your life for the energies that are negative or going to drain you, and vice versa. The more space you have in your life for the energies that are going to drain you, that are drama filled, that are counterproductive, the more space you create for that, the less space you have for the people, the places, and the circumstances to be attracted and come into your life that you desire to have. It's almost like it's a one or the other. I'm not saying it's all one or the other. It just appears that most of the time, the more you make room for one, if you make room for the positive, the less room there will be for the negative. If you make more room for the negative and the drama, the more room you will have for the drama and the less room you will have for the positive. It's just an observation I have noticed in my life, be it law of attraction, perhaps, or just be it positive or disempowering or empowering choices. It could be one or the other. So I think that those are the main things. You have to realize people who have a lot of drama are going to drain you. They're going to be a distraction. You have to, in order to protect yourself, you have to realize where it's coming from and what the cause of it is. And if it's too much or too high of a price to pay, you have to say, this won't work for me. And you have to distance yourself from it and protect yourself from it and see it for what it is. And once you see it for what it is, which is the last step, you can then protect yourself from it and make conscientious choices that will empower you to be around the people, places, situations, and circumstances and the kind of energy that you desire to have and attract in your life. Because that's the only way you're going to become the ultimate version of yourself. That's the only way you're going to really create and have the ultimate lifestyle and be the greatest version of yourself. You have no time to waste. You have no time for people who are negative or who are going to drain you and take from you. You have to protect yourself from that. So that's really all I have for that, other than just to say, remember, everything in life is a choice. And every day you're either choosing to get better or you're choosing to get worse. But either way, that's your choice. So make sure you make good choices. That's all I got for you guys today. As always, I want to thank you for joining us for another episode of the Breakthrough Boss Podcast, the Daily Recharge. And remember to always stay hungry, because lions are always hungry for more. Sending you love, sending you light, abundance, peace, and prosperity. God bless, guys.